Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast for a brand new episode this week where Danny Rohl is off to a good start as Rangers boss. Of course, it could have been better if the brand disaster class didn't happen, but I think the important one out of the two games was just to get off the mark in the league, win that game at Ibrox. It's been a long time coming, which is a farce that it even got to that stage. But we had to beat what was in front of us, and we done it well. And you could definitely see already Danny Rowe kind of putting his imprint on what he wants this squad of players to eventually look like, making tweaks in and around the team, and ultimately getting a comfortable victory at home, which is just nicely welcomed for a change. And we go on to the game on Wednesday and Sunday, and it's just the games keep on coming. So we'll talk about them as we go through the episode. If you enjoy, please like, subscribe, and share. Let us know your comments about Danny Rowe and currently Rangers in the comments. Firstly, we'll get the negativity out of the way first. The brand game. Obviously,
Mm.
Danny Rowe at this point is in the building about 48 hours. He's had two training sessions with the team. They flew over to Norway. I think we're European whatever it is this season has been terrible in the group phase anyway, and this was just another one to compile onto that. Never really felt as flat, to be honest, after a game during the game than I did with this one. Ultimately, just the other team wanted it more than us, which shouldn't be the state that Rangers team's in. And hopefully we can close that chapter of that book and that Russell Martin kind of period can close and Sunday's a better reflection of this team going forward.
Hopefully, mate. Hopefully, as I say, it was more on the players, wasn't it, really, than Danny Rowe. You can't really have a go at Danny Rowe personally. For me, these lot just didn't turn up. They weren't in it. And as I said to you, I kind of hope we just get out of Europe. I don't really want to continue in it. Do you know what I mean? We've been absolutely terrible to what we've usually been. Usually with teams like this, you know what I mean? These are teams that Rangers should be beating. And as you say, they just wanted it more on the night. They were up for it, far more aggressive, far more competitive than we were. We just sort of retreated and were cowards, weren't we, really?
Aye, pretty much. Aye, the way we were again under Russell Martin, it was just reverting back to kind of old ways. There was just nobody kind of standing up and trying to take the game on. It was just an absolute disaster. But the bit less said about that one, the better. Of course, we then go into the game on Sunday with that lingering, with the obvious excitement of Danny Rowe taking charge of his first league game. Um, and we just had to kind of get the job done, and we started well. I thought in the game we kept possession of the ball. We were in their half a lot. Had a couple of half chances, and then eventually got the breakthrough through Derek Cornelius. When you look back at that goal, really really good goal to be fair. Timed his run really well. It's something that we could maybe see going forward for these routines is that late runner into the box and try and kind of catch the other team's defence out. But that set us off to a good start. And then it was just another one of those moments that we really need to kind of stamp out of the game. And it's Jack Butland's fault for the goal. That leaves a tap in at the box. Of course, Danilo kind of leaves his man as well at the back post to allow the boy to tap in. But after that, we thought we were 2-1 up straight away. Miovski benefits off Eddie Beachy's, whatever he was trying to do, I don't know. But he benefits off that one. Ruled out with VAR, we going at half time, one each. And it kind of felt like, right, although we've been a bit more positive here, you're just desperate to get the victory over the line for the team, for us obviously to win at home, and then for the coach as well to get his first. You were kind of hoping we just didn't slip back into that state that we were in, even against Dundee United last week.
No, you're hoping not so. But listen, we didn't. It's positive now. It's positive going forward for me. We came out second half much better, and actually attacked and actually went for it. Big man gets the goal, 8 million, and he's doing that. I mean, big man, come on. Listen, we've paid 8 million for you. You should be scoring goals, not be doing that. Also Stuart and Thirlwell, they were having a party, weren't they, after that goal went in. But much better second half. First half was, as you say, positive as well. Just a wee bit touch and go in it, but second half came out and it felt more like Rangers really, didn't it?
Aye, totally. As you say, we get the goal relatively early on in the second half, which kind of settles everybody down. Probably one of our better goals of the season, if I'm honest with you. That header is top draw for Danilo, and I think he's somebody that's had to wait for his chance. maybe unfairly at times. Probably should have played a lot more minutes than he has done to this point, where striker's not really firing. But he came in, he took his opportunity. I thought he worked for the team. I thought he scored a really good goal. And he's back in the conversation now to start games. So I'm buzzing for him. Think out of all your strikers, he's one of those guys that has the kind of different skill set to a Miovski or Shermiti. He's really good in and around the box with his movement. The goal kind of reminded me of that one against Hearts a couple of seasons ago where he scored in the last minute of that game to win us it. And I'm really happy for him. That was the team that obviously that started the game. We'll start on Butland. I just he wasn't great really all game. I
Terrible.
thought his distribution was poor as well.
I mean, made a big save. Just at, was it start of second half or just the
Aye,
end of the
that was a
first?
big moment.
Big save there. I mean, he has made big saves and all that kind of stuff, but I'm expecting him to come out and catch the ball and try to punch it away for the. I mean, he's at fault for the goal, and I mean it's the same as I say last season as well. He's at fault for quite a lot of the goals, but obviously as I say, he makes big saves. But as I said to you, I'd be starting Kelly on Wednesday. That's just me, but aye, as I say, defense as well. Tavernier. I mean,
That change of kind of shape
it
obviously helped us
helps.
at times.
Times, I absolutely. But as I said to you, I thought Magoma was brilliant. Every deal went absolute. I mean, felt like they had one Wembyama on the court for Kilmarnock. Absolute giant, yeah, boy. And Magoma still going at it as well. Good going forward as well, I thought as well. And as I say, Cortez gets a goal, which is good for him, good for his confidence. So, I mean, still think the boy's a donkey, but aye, back three seems to be working.
Aye, I think that worked quite well, to be fair. Obviously, with Gassama moving over to the right side instead of playing left wing, of course, was a different role for him. Something that I've heard that he played under Danny Rowe at Sheffield Wednesday as well. So something that he's used to. I think on the left hand side though, I think Makoma kind of having Asgard and Diomande drop him in to make that area kind of compact allowed him to run freely down the left hand side at times, and there was a good few interchanges with Asgard finding him, with Raskin finding him, and the cross was maybe just a bit too poor a delivery. But I enjoyed Magoma on Sunday. I really thought he played really well. He's again a guy that we've all criticised, and I think everybody is open to
But not by
criticising
his,
this team.
as I say, not by his fault. There's only so much he can do. You know what I mean? Still a young man learning his trade. I mean, you're hoping for some support for him in January, but I thought
Hmm.
he done really well. He was one of the positives for me really in the game at the weekend there. Middle of the park. I mean, I've already. I mean, Dio Mandy. I mean, can somebody tell this boy to stop doing the roly poly every time he's on the park? It'd be nice. Anytime I see Dio Mandy, he's either rolling about or he's trying to get himself sent off. I don't know what's going on with him recently.
No, I think he's the thing with Diamandi is I think on the eye he can be quite a cute player. You watch his ball movement's good. He's good with the ball at his feet. Time to time he's one of those guys in the middle of the park that you can kind of rely on. But aye, too much stupidity in his head for me at times where he's thrown into to challenges. He's I don't know. It's a difficult one with him this season. I thought last season with him, Raskin and Barron in the midfield, they worked well as a three. And Ferguson's tenure, I think Diomande, sorry, blows hot and cold far too often. For somebody that you're kind of seeing as now one of your senior guys
Starter.
in there. He's one of your starters as well. So I think we need a lot more for him in terms of going forward. Just a bit too safe at times, and we need him to kind of to kick up a gear now for me.
Absolutely. I mean, as I said to you, I'd be personally for me, I'd just prefer guys like Barn and Cameron. I just think they're workers, man. They'll give you everything you've got. You know what I mean? I think him and Raskin, as I say, I think both of them probably had their head turned. They thought they were going to get big moves, and then they're still here in it.
Yeah, could very well be, but I think Raskin is an example of somebody who at least tries to implement everything that he's got on the game. I thought he was poor on Thursday, right enough, but I think when you've got him in your team, you're a lot better at a team for it. And I thought he was decent. He was unlucky not to get that goal to stand at the end as well. But
It's a goal. I
definitely
mean,
we need that international level Raskin for Rangers.
absolutely. I mean, obviously we won the game and what have you, but that's 100% a goal, man. I don't know what they're doing for that with the VAR. I mean, in fact, it took like half an hour for them to actually come to a conclusion for it as well. As I say, for me, it was a goal all day.
Nah, yeah, I think even that late in the game, and you see the angle that they're drawing the lines at as well. It's just again very amateur for me, and no doubt on the VAR review show that they do every month for Scottish football, that'll be one of the ones that will be like, aye, probably should have been a goal, but of course we're always on the wrong end of these decisions. Every time now, it just feels like any time I've went to Ibrox or any game that we've had a call, we
Even
never get it.
you even think about the goal, we can see it all starts with a poor decision for the referee, doesn't it? And then obviously they get the corner.
Aye,
And what
to
have you
be fair,
you know what I mean? I'm not going to stick up for Martin or what have you, but I mean, there was times in games where the refereeing decisions were terribly poor, and that's another one indicated there at the weekend. Poor decision by the referee, and then obviously leads to a corner for Command and getting their goal. But the refereeing has been shocking. I expect more shocking referee probably at the weekend as well, and on Wednesday as well.
nah, it's just the kind of standard that you're accustomed to. It's just a terrible standard that we're in with Scottish football and the refereeing, and it's not as if it's some we're just bringing up because of this one random game. This has been ongoing forever. And it feels like we've got VAR in, and the same mistakes still tend to get made. But aye, it
You
is what
punt
it
it,
is. No,
you
no.
punt it, punt VAR, get it out, just
It
sling
kind
it
of
through.
ruins the game. Like obviously with that Raskin one, you're 88 minutes in or whatever. Game's nearly wrapped up. About to be 4-1. They're sitting dilly dallying on lines about somebody's toe being offside. Like just give the goal at that point. But aye, those are decisions. Again, we could be one each at that point, and Raskin goes through and scores, and we don't get it to win the game. That's how big the calls can be if they're wrong. Um, but nah, the rest of the team, I thought they kind of huffed and puffed. Obviously, we spoke about Danilo, and I quite liked a lot of his performance. Miovski, I need a lot more for. Similar with Asgard as well. I think he showed quite a few nice flicks and tricks and stuff, and he gets on the ball and he looks to assert himself, but he kind of always takes the safe option. I want to see him going by men. I want to see him just being the physical presence he is. He's a big lad, and it'd be nice to see him take
Why is
that
his
into his
size?
attacking play like he did against Dundee United. He just burst through the team and scored a fantastic goal. But I think in general around the attacking areas we need a lot better and higher quality.
Absolutely. But we'll probably get one more championship fodder in January, won't we, mate? But I know, listen, I totally agree with you on Asgard. He needs to utilise his size a hell of a lot more, needs to be braver going forward more. It's all nice doing the wee flicks and tricks and that, but I just need to see more for him going forward. And Miovski as well. I mean, it's all right saying that he's not getting service, he's not getting what have you and all that, but just need to see a wee bit more for him, don't we? We need to see him actually try
Mm.
to top him, what have you? I guess, as I say, Salmon as well. He seemed comfortable out there. Also, working with Danny Rohl before, and then the big man comes on and he gets his goal, didn't he? Mikey Moore as well
Aye.
came on really well. It was nice to actually see him play football. I don't know what he was doing under Russell Martin, but I wasn't playing football anyway. It was nice to see him come on. Barn as well. Thought Barn came on. He was excellent. Cameron as well came on. He done no bad. And Aaron's, I mean, let's go forward, mate. I think everybody was expecting you to be somebody that was going to bomb forward and actually look to attack. Always looking to take the safe pass. I don't know if that's just in his mind.
No, I
Maybe
definitely think it is with some of these players and recovering for Russell Martin ball. I really do think it's just one of those things where he's always kind of been asked to go back. And we know he's an attacking fullback. We've seen it in the Premier League. We know exactly what his skill set is and why he's at the club. And I think if we're going to continue playing this system at times with three at the back, he's somebody that has to benefit for going forward when he's given the task to do so. With the rest of them, Barron came up and shored it up. Cameron brung some energy into the game. But I think the two that came off the bench and done really well. Obviously, Yusuf Shamiti, everybody's probably seen the tweet that we put up about him, and he's probably seen that himself, and he's bit back at the fans. And look, I'll see if you keep scoring, mate. You can do whatever you want.
absolutely,
But that's
absolutely,
has to be the start for you now. That has to be you scoring goals for Rangers because aye, we've signed you for a lot of money, so hopefully he can keep providing. But I think in general his all round play was a lot better as well. He came and probably done a lot what Miovski should have done in the first half. He came short and he got the ball. He tried to get on the ball as much as he could. Um, and he took his goal really well. He took it first time outside the box, and it was a nice strike. Mikey Moore, somebody who has clearly benefited from a coach just already believing in him, and giving him that confidence. I think you can clearly see when Russell Martin was there, he was second guessing every single pass and every movement that he was going to make. And of course, it was a tough time for the team. And being 18-year-old and coming up here, it can be tough. But we know he's
Hey,
got talent, and we know he can show that talent. And I thought he was outstanding when he came on actually on Sunday.
I was just going to say, being forced to eat vegan sandwiches as well. It's not what you want when you're 18. You want to have a steak. No, no, he was brilliant, mate. I thought he was done really well when he came on. I mean, as I say, it's just his confidence with a lot of them now, and I hope Danny Rowe can give them that. I mean, as I say, he comes in first game and he's not just sticking to one formation, he's changing it up during the game and what have you. It's nice to see that kind of stuff for an actual coach and actual, hopefully a proper manager. But I'm home, we're back to winning ways here, hopefully now. Hopefully we can kick on with the next game, obviously coming up tomorrow. It's going to make it's a massive game, obviously, but as I say, for Danny Rowe, I'm just hoping we can get the train rolling.
No, because this could be a catalyst now, but just getting that monkey off the back and winning in the league again, and hopefully getting a wee run going. Hopefully that's something we can do because going into Sunday as well, Wednesday I think becomes even bigger because of that. Hibs away notoriously is always a tough venue to go, but I think Danny Rowe said it himself in his press conference and stuff. But he's not getting carried away with things. There's still a lot of things to fix, and just in general, like the way he's speaking at the moment, he's not tried to come in and completely rip up what was there. He's working with what he's got, and he's trying to improve on that. And I think he carries himself much more like a Rangers manager than Russell Martin did. Small details, of course, to add on to
Respecting
that, but.
position,
Just
respecting,
the kind of respect and just the way he carries himself, he just looks much more
and even
who we were after.
as I say, the words were perfect, as I say, talking about the utilisation of the short passes, and we're always going forward. I mean, for the first half, majority of it we were in Kamalek's half, didn't really go back, unless we need to
Nah,
go back.
Commander kid about
Out,
very,
couldn't get
very
out at
few
all.
chances anyway.
Couldn't get out, and as I say, they were looking for Wimbiama up top there, that big tall boy. I know you're not the best with the basketball references there, Jack, but he's a big tall French player for
Right.
centre. An absolute unity, a guy. But that forward for them, I mean, what a life it must be being that size, that tall. I mean, all you're really utilised for is long ball and then can back and help us deal with corners and everything like that. I mean, what a life. You know what I
No,
mean?
no,
Yeah.
no, no, of
Yeah.
course.
It's like-
But aye, after all of that, we go on to Hibs, who have actually beat this season, surprisingly. That cup game that Russell Martin got us through in, goals on that day, I believe, were from Miovski and couldn't tell you. Raskin, I think it was. He scored when he came back into the team. So aye, that was one of those games where I thought Hibs weren't really up to much. I thought I was expecting a lot more for Hibs that day. I think they've got a solid team. They've got a good coach. They've got a good, aye, just set way of playing that we've struggled way in the past. Of course, they beat us at Ibrox last season. When we go over to Easter Road, it's notoriously a tough one. But I think he'll stick with what he's was playing the other day. I think it will stay the same kind of back five. Um, Obviously, we're trying to isolate Kasama as best as possible to attack through the right hand side. Raskin, I think he'll keep his place alongside the Asgard, who'll just kind of play in that floater role in between the two strikers. Connor Barron, I think he'll come in for Mohamed Diomande to kind of just make that midfield a bit more solid. I think it's a good option to have Diomande actually on the bench to come on at some point in the game, but I think I'd go with Barron, and then up front, of course, the choices are now a bit strange who you could go with combinations, but I think he might go with the two again. I think he just might throw Shermiti in for the get go. I think of course, with him having a tough start, life at Rangers, scoring your first goal, just capitalise off his confidence for that one. Miovski can go on the bench, or you can bring him on alongside Mikey Moore in that. But I think that team looks solid enough to go away with it. Definitely feels more secure anyway than the four at the back did.
Absolutely. No, as I say, with Schmidt, it's strange that it's such that size. It's all about confidence with him. So I'd definitely start him. Barron coming in, bit of steel in there, a bit of bravery. As I say, with Diomande, I'm just think he's reckless now. I don't know what it is. He's just always trying to get himself either sent off or he's doing the. So say he's just rolling about the park. So probably having him on the bench is probably the best thing. But as I say, Butland, as I say, I would. He's obviously massive for. He does make big, massive saves in my view, but he has made some mistakes. I don't know. I would maybe hang with Kelly there, as I say, but I mean that's the team I'd probably go for as well. And obviously, I'm a big fan of Big Dog Leo Cameron. He probably battles all these lot in training. I tell you that. I'm sticking on that. I want to see him come on. I want to see him get some minutes. And as you say, me also you could just bring on through the game. Probably get a wee scrappy goal, have you? But I'm hoping for something positive again on Wednesday. I'm hoping we can actually make it two in a row here with wins and start to kick on. Because as you say, Sunday's it's massive, especially what's going on across the other side of the city. It's massive. It's hopefully a chance for us. Hopefully, fingers crossed for us to kick on.
Aye, this is where this is now. Like we can't really afford another setback. And then of course Hibs will want to come and disrupt that. They'll want to win in front of their
Game you're
fans
getting,
against us.
you know what game you're getting when you're going to Easter Road. You know what it's going to be. Do you know what I mean? You just got to see through it and obviously rise above it, and hopefully get the 3 points.
It's exactly what it's all about. It's just winning 3 points again. Just keep winning games because, as we've seen, Hearts are obviously flying at the moment. But every kind of team has their dip at some point. Not every team can sustain that level. So that's why we need to step in. We just need to win games. Just we've had our hopefully our terrible spell. Just win games now. And I think Wednesday could be a start to something. If we just, again, the right attitude has to be applied to this game. I feel like this is going to be a scrap. This is going to be, like, players need to be up for this.
So,
Um, and I think individual quality could definitely get you out here. But obviously the setup of the team as well, I think, could help us just nullify Hibs' threats. Of course, they've got some solid players. Martin Boyle always poses a threat to us. Clige that they've now signed up front for the Swiss league in the summer, starting to fire some goals in. Of course, adding to the rest of the team they've got, Grant Hanley, they've signed this summer. They're playing a back three as well that looks pretty solid. So this is going to be a tough challenge going over
Annabelle,
there. I would like to think so, but now I would like to think he'd be on the bench after his illness. I think the press conference has just kicked off there as well. Derek Cornelius speaks to the media, and then Danny Rohl. So, of course, bit late to cover that one, but we'll see what Danny Rohl says about the squad. But just win, just win.
so listen, that's all we can do right now. You know what I mean? That's all you can ever do. But for us, all we can do is keep winning, keep racking up the dubs. Because you say Hearts that don't you go through a tricky spell. I mean, you think of Christmas time and all that usually is difficult for teams. So we'll see. As I say, just keep winning, just keep doing it on the Roll Express. And I get the dubs in the chat,
That's
dubs
it.
in the chat.
That's all it has to be. But we'll see what happens tomorrow, and we'll see what happens on Sunday. Of course, that'll be a big podcast next week, regardless of what happens, covering that game. So, if you do enjoy the podcast, could like, subscribe, and share, and we'll be back next week covering that one against Celtic. So we'll see you then.